But before we go on, I've known Wembley here to be consistently in. He finds motivation and inspiration in helping people. He finds inspiration and motivation in giving back to the society. He finds motivation, he finds inspiration, and he finds satisfaction in helping people, lead a life that is right. So you spoke to me about something, and I'm like, no, this is great. And then I'd like you to share that with the rest of the world before we go.
Thank you so much.
Don't come and be forming official.
No,
why are you clearing the truth?
As you're hyping me, my voice was as in. I was overwhelmed.
I remember my hype man days, but this is corporate hyping.
I just give you back to back and
not. Hey, give me the baba share.
I wish I came with my briefcase. I would have bring up bills and stuff. Basically, life is beautiful, and life always places you in a place where you can really influence your environment. Having big money, building more houses and buying cars or touring the whole world is not really what really brings satisfaction to humans. As in, think if a piece of you can really be felt in the next being close to you and it makes them better, then that's the beauty of life. That is living, not just existing.
Facts.
I have this beautiful thing around football changing the world. We've had it in the past. We link it to education. Back then we saw kids being out of school, and we organize good competitions, street footballs, and that attract some good sponsors.
Sponsors or support?
A sponsor that can sponsor people that are capable of sponsoring people, kids that are out of school.
Okay.
So football was as a point of
contact.
So they come to the field and so we wrote to them and they pick up some things after the games. They help with some school materials, buy some things, encourage kids to go back to school. So and this year, what we are trying to do is we are seeing the epidemic of drug abuse in the society. Don't lie about it. Everywhere you go to now, in the slum, in the hailing zones, an average kid, an average human, an average teen, preteens, and they are really getting addicted to drugs. There are some reports that I checked through from that as far as from 1990 to 2020, and if you see the number of how opioids, the name of cannabis, fentanyl, hallucinogens, ecstasy in the place of molly, and how people are really taking these things, and it's so bad right now that an average an index was taken and in the southwest 4 universities, and they said they picked up 400 male and 300 female. And between the teens and the preteens, and it was discovered that at least 3 of 4 admitted that they are addicted to drugs, cigarettes, shisha. I hope we all know that's been proven that if you smoke in a shisha room for an hour, it's as if you've smoked 100 stick of cigarettes.
Whoa!
So and people are getting addicted. So much. The age range of, they said 15 to 64. They look at the numbers, about 64% of people admitted that they are addicted to something. And there's this strange thing around people that are addicted. They will tell you that if I want to do it, I will leave it. If I want to leave it, I will leave it. I want to do it, I don't want to do it. That has been a very big trap that has kept many. So they refuse to talk to people. But in the environment we are seeing this thing, and it's really, really getting crazy. Though Nigeria is not the only place that's been affected. Even we are not even in the first 10. USA listed the pack.
Super powerful.
Russia, Iran. And these people this is very, very rampant. Like Brazil, Philippines, as in it's very, very rampant. But in Africa, in Nigeria, it's just annoying. There's a data that shows that in a year, about 100,000 people died of drug abuse. Not even to mention the place of mental distortion that this thing is bringing. I have some people around me like to reduce their EQ value. It's me bringing them to as in they are becoming a non-existing society.
There's a popular saying, one can slow.
And they just slow down.
Yeah.
Depressant. You see a young man, a young lady, and they just open a depressant. I don't want to mention and they just pour a whole bottle into their mouth just because they want to go slow.
Take it slow.
Yeah, you are in a party and you are popping ecstasy. All these things are just for a minute.
So how do you? Because if we go on and on with, so what's the plan now? You are trying to use football, as a means. How do you want to get this thing done?
We are trying to host a street football competition. Majorly targeting the preteens and teens because I believe that they are the ones that we can really stop from starting. It's beautiful when we can really tell them when they know. It's better not to start than to start and be trying to stop. That's all these preteens now they're having celebrities as their
models
and
like that.
Drugs and abuse. Drug abuse has been packing a very beautiful rap, and they feel if my role model is doing this in the club, so we want to get them young by organizing a street footy, maybe like 8 teams, like 8 good teams in street footy. We bring a banner, and after they come together, we look with our sponsors that we are looking out for, and they are really turning up, and so we educate them on what this thing can do, the earth value, how it can take you to prison. Go to the prison, an average person in the prison, and it's due to
facts.
And drug is as to stealing and.
I want to say this. This might sound like I'm being patronizing or stuff. I think prison is the least of the problem when you take drugs. When you're addicted to drugs. Because, see, if you go to the prison, if you come back, what are you still going to do with your life?
That's what I'm saying.
What are you going to do with your life? What are you going to do? Are you... prison in this part of the world have its challenges. Even our rehabilitation process is not there yet. I'm not one of those who compare... who try to compare us with the rest of the world or with the so-called sinner climes. We have our own peculiar problems. We are going to develop at our own pace. But part of developing at our own pace is also understanding the fact that it's not everything that's bright there that's actually a light to us.
Yeah.
And so in doing that, I think that prison is the least of your problem, because if you go to prison and you come back, it's only when you have a sane mind, when you're in control of yourself, that you can actually make something out of the time in prison and be useful outside of prison. So prison is the least of your problem. Before going to prison, what about if you're already dead to yourself?
As in, I'm talking about the effect of this.
No, I know. I'm even. I'm on the same level with you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that if you think, highest, because I know people are highest.
They are going back again.
You're getting into a prison system where the correctional officer is not going to be there with you all the time. You're going to be there with your mates, with the inmates, and at the end of the day, everybody's going to go around the same circle. You can't build a society that way. That's what I'm trying to say. We're joining forces with Wembley on this one to ask for support, as many as we can get. We're saying join us in this drive to ensure that at the end of the day we can get as many youths as possible out of this drug abuse. Now, I always tell people that I live by this quote from one of the Emily Dickinson's poems, and it's very simple: if I can stop one heart from breaking, then I have not lived in vain. And part of that is a system. If we collectively can stop 1, 2, 3 people, 3 young men and women from getting into drugs or from retracing their steps back, we have stopped the heart of their parents from breaking, the hearts of their loved ones from breaking. We'll be putting time and time on our page. We'll be putting out messages on how you can help and support the system. But before we go, I would say like Wembley to actually, tell us how people out there can actually support what you're doing.
Basically, everything revolves around money, and the money is not really for the organizers, as you all know. It's for motivation is beautiful. If you're asking someone to leave a thing, what is it going into? So all those factors are things you need to look out for. there are most of these kids. It's not even intentional. Most of these teenagers, they are not intentionally taking these drugs. I've been able to talk to one or two, and I realized that most of them are just depressed because what they are aiming at, they don't get them. Though some aim at a very unrealistic,
impossible things.
But some want to go to school and they can't. Some want to learn a trade and they can't. They look at their environment and nobody's really looking at them. Some are going through one of those things and nobody to talk to. And the world is not really listening to them. So if we can look at it, okay, for the ones that are looking for assistance financially, maybe one or two things. I'm not saying we can shoulder the burdens all, but there are some little things. Maybe
a push, a shove.
Okay, what do you want to learn? Someone somewhere have a link to that.
I think I like that part.
You want to go to school? What do you have? How can we tutor you? Okay, you need this and this. Is it about JAM? Okay, we can help with JAM. Okay, from JAM, who can you talk to? Let's look at it. We can assist in one ways or the other. If we have billions, just like the VDM had 100 million from Don Jesse, if we have millions also, we can really touch more lives and help so much. So it depends on what you have in the pool to look at what we can do. But basically right now, is we are still trying to widen the net opportunity.
Okay, for those who will see this and will be wondering where is all of this happening, I've never been ashamed. I've never been afraid to say that we live in Lambe. Full name Olambe actually. And if you're familiar with the map, Olambe can be accessed from Akute, or you can access it from Giwa. And then somebody will say, where is Giwa Kiaru? And I'll say after Iju Shaga. Somebody say, where is Iju Shaga? I'll say after Agege. We live, it's a remote area, but it's an area that's full of talent. I was shocked today. I heard Shank say that he came from this axis, and I'm like, Shankike, and there are other amazing people. Yeah, some don't mention their names. I've seen people who after their retirement decide to come and stay in Lambe. So it's not like it can be better, far better. Yes, I'm going to be honest. But the only way it can be better is if we first of all decide to do something, and then people out there come and support us.
Yeah, support
that's how.
Very important.
Okay, we'll be looking for support, and we'll be hoping that we get some form of support and sponsorship from you. We'll put all details on how to go about it. Gentlemen, our time is fast spent. We're not going to do predictions today, but the only question, my final question, is too easy. Wembley, you are aware that your team did not make 7 out of the 9 points available. So, what's at stake. When are you carrying your banner? We need to make Lambe popular.
December 32nd.
Unfortunately, there's no December 32nd.
You better check. I'm not using your calendar. You have to use my own calendar.
It's Gregorian, Sumerian,
Use my own calendar.
Yoruba. There's nowhere that has
Lambe calendar.
In fact, the people in Lambe will fight you and say no. Don't lie on our heads. So we will facilitate it.
Okay.
Don't worry, we will not tell the people. Just watch out for the video next week, because I'm going to drag him to Lambe Junction with a very horrible looking banner designed
Lambe to the world.
Yeah, designed specifically for me.
No
Don't worry, it's just I've reduced it from 30 minutes to about 5 minutes. Just stand at Lambe Junction.
But what's going on?
We'll be with you. We'll be with you. It's okay.
What's going on?
We'll be with you.
Just play one of Wizkid's song.
Imagine
It's
It's less than 3 minutes.
Is Wizzy a Man U fan?
I don't know.
Does that guy even watch football?
I don't know.
No, but he plays like real good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. It's been an amazing time here. Thank you, Wembley, for coming up with this initiative, and we hope that somehow, some way out there, we get more and more support. Izzy, thank you for losing your bet. And then, of course, as it stands, investors will be hoping that your prediction this time around would work, and that's in two games to go. 2 games from now.
Yeah.
I shall say that over 1.5 for investors.
No.
Okay.
We no go green.
All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you on the flip side.